Good morning, traders. It's Tuesday, the 20th of January, 2026. We're back to work after a beautiful 3-day weekend. I don't know what it was like in your part of the world, but here, just a little on the chilly side. I moved from Chicago to the Tampa Bay area to escape the cold weather. And this last 4 or 5 days, we've been down really almost like being back home in the high 30s, I think, low 40s. Lots of wind, some rain. Just not my idea of a good time. So unfortunately, I had to spend it indoors all day long, and not really my best cup of tea, but it is what it is, and we're back to work. And I've got a little bit of insight to share with you today, so let's get right to work. Here's our trader's daily discipline for today, the 20th of January. Our quote is this: ultimately, we all have to decide for ourselves what constitutes failure. But the world is quite eager to give you a set of criteria if you let it. And that, of course, was J.K. Rowling, author of the Harry Potter series, which I've never read any of them or seen any of the movies. Um, I guess that makes me somewhat of an unqualified person to speak on the person of J.K. Rowling, but I have done a little bit of research on the side of being an author, because I do have my own set of published works, and I can tell you with complete certainty that uh, getting a book published is probably one of the most difficult things someone can do. And there's plenty of really qualified writers out there who've got some really good ideas and some really important works that just have never found a publisher yet. Some people would say that that makes you a failure as a writer. And that's absolutely not true, because many things are written, substance and form, and of great length, are written for no other reason than the person who wrote it wanted to write it. The fact that it got published was incidental. Now, I'm not saying that that's the case with Rowling's work, although I do know that Rowling decided to write the very first Harry Potter book. Uh, Basically, she wanted to write it for herself. She didn't write it to have it published. It just turned out to be a really, really good story that she was able to finally complete. And when she had a person or two read it, they were able to assist in helping her get it published because it was something of an interesting and intriguing concept at the time. Many books are like that. Us in the trading community, what is failure to someone in the markets? Only you can really determine what that is. When I talk about failure, what I mean is not achieving something of value. Trading doesn't have to be about the money. It can be about lots of different things for you. It can be about establishing a new level of discipline, about creating a new way of seeing things. It can be a way to measure a level of commitment to something. It can be, believe it or not, some people find trading to be a hobby. I personally could never see you reaching any positive goals with that, but there are people who consider trading a hobby, and if they make just a few $1,000s in a year, that provides them the money they want for taking the family on vacation, or maybe something else. I personally think that trading represents unlimited opportunity to become anything we want to be. So maybe if you wrote that down and figured out what that was, and you got the capital required to do that, you could consider yourself a raging success at trading. Only failure is something that is, I think, more personal than the success. Really, that's the best way to say it. You have to decide what level of failure is failure for you. It doesn't necessarily mean you lost money. It doesn't necessarily mean that you didn't do as well as you'd hoped to. It could mean something else, like losing a spouse. A failure in a marriage could be something that might really negatively affect some people. Um, that might be a failure for you. So how well you do in the markets might be incidental as far as you're concerned, because the purpose of your trading is to give you more skill sets, maybe some time by giving you more money, and you can invest that into your marriage in some way. Again, I don't really know what would be an individual way to look at this other than sharing with you my own and my idea of failure is never getting up to try again. That's it. I really don't care if I make $1 bazillion and lose it all, because I know that I can always make $1 bazillion. And as I'm working on recreating and re-enabling my latest fortune due to losses that were no fault of my own, that is something that I think is more significant for me personally. It's not so much the win as it is the never getting up again. That's important to me. I would consider myself an abject failure if one day I suffered some kind of setback and I just said, "Well, that's it. I guess it's done for me." That to me I would probably split into two people at that point and beat the hell out of my other half. No, we're not doing that. We maybe in the mental health sector would say something funny about that, but no, I'm not doing that. Um, can tell me my success relative to other traders may not be that high at times. Doesn't matter to me, because what's important to me is getting up and fighting another day, every day. That to me is success. So where that leads is where that leads. I'm hoping it leads to um, the highest level I've ever been at before. That's what we're hoping for. But if it doesn't get there, I'm not measuring it by that. I'm measuring it by every day I'm putting 1,010% best effort in every chance I get. That's what I do. Other than that would be failure. So that's how I would define it. So give yourself some time today. Give yourself some ways to think it through. What do you think it is that constitutes failure? Don't put failure into a tiny little box. Give some time to make it personal, so you know that you don't have to redefine every time you make money or lose money as a success or a failure. That may not motivate you past a certain point. I know it didn't motivate me past a certain point. So take time. Ask yourself, what is it that constitutes success or failure for me? How personal can I make this so that when it's really personal, I can stay much more focused and on course? Because it's really, really going to be about me in the end. So good luck, good trading today. I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday. Short week, of course, due to the holiday. But we are back on track coming out of the bottom of the year, in my opinion, and looking forward to a great spring. So let's get to work. Guys, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.